This is a quick tutorial on how you can use IRC Space app. Once you select the application, as the geography app, you can use that either on the mobile devices or facilitate the lessons through the web-based interface. Your students are also able to join your classes either from mobile devices or from their computers, laptops or Chromebooks in the web-based interface. For you to facilitate lesson activities using your mobile device, you will have to launch the app and log into your account, to your teacher account from the mobile interface, and then you would be able to facilitate the lessons for your students to join in. For you to facilitate lesson activities from the web-based interface, all you have to do is to log into your account and click to IRC Space. For your help, we do also have lesson plan activities specifically for the Space and Engineering app. Once again, you can go to the Open Library of Activity Plans, look through different activities that are currently available that were presented by different teachers around the world, and you can pick up some ideas or fully take the example of the lessons and use that with your students as well. You can also enter the full screen mode before you begin the class, and similar to a geography application, you can click on Begin the Class and provide your students either with a code to join from mobile devices or copy the link and distribute that link either via email or via internal chat that you're using, so your students can click on that link and join the class from the web-based interface. Once you have all the students joined in, you can hide the panel and select a content from the IRC Space application for your students to interact. Your students can explore solar system, zoom in, zoom out, and explore different planets. They can also explore rocket building. Here they would be able to learn about different parts of the rockets. Interact, they can also select a different rocket by clicking on this sign. You can see that there are multiple rockets available for the exploration. Once they're familiar with different rocket parts, they can now try to assemble the rocket by themselves. They have a selection of different rockets, you can see right here. Once, as a teacher, you click on a mode, you have the opportunity to assign this specific rocket to your class to interact with. And you can see that once your students will join in, you will have the names of all the students or their nicknames, and you can also monitor results and the time it took the students to assemble that rocket. Once students gone through all the information about rockets and solar system and also rocket building, they assembled their old rockets, now they can launch their rocket into space. There are multiple missions that are currently available for students to explore. Let's take the NASA mission as an example. You can see that the students will be ready to start and launch their rocket into space. Once the rocket is launched, this mission also has a quiz built in, so everything that students have learned by assembling the different types of rockets and also by learning about different parts of rockets in the rocket information mode, they can now practice. And you can see that the quiz will ask students multiple questions along the way, which parts of the rockets come off once the rocket is launched. I will now share the double screen so you can see the teacher mode when you're facilitating the lessons, and you can also see what the students view when they join from the web-based interface. So let's say I would like my students to join the rocket puzzle, and I can choose the space shuttle. I assign to the class and I copy-paste the link. I will add it to a different browser, so you can see now on the right hand side I'm joining in as a student, and all I have to do is just click on the link and it will launch the app for me as a student. Now as a student I'm asked to join the class by entering my nickname. Once I click join in, I have a waiting screen, and now I'm waiting for a teacher to begin the class. In the teacher mode, you can see that I have one student who is connected, and now I can choose the mission that I would like to assign to my students. You can see that the interface has changed. As a student, I now have a task to perform, and I can start assembling the rocket. And as a teacher, I see that the student is in the progress of assembling and completing the rocket. In a similar way, the students can join in from mobile devices. For your students to join from the mobile devices, you would have to give them this code, and they would need to launch the application, click on Join the class, input the code, input their nickname, and they will be in the waiting screen for you to let them in and begin the class. Also, please remember that for your students to join on a mobile device, they would need to have not only the application, but also they would have to have a printed marker, or they could have it in a digital version, so they need to point the camera of the device on this marker to experience augmented reality and start interacting with the activity that you assign to them.